Okay, our final question is, we have silicon will react with chlorine to form silicon tetrachloride. Then we are given 400 gram silicon tetrachloride given, producing 400 gram, and then with 400 gram silicon tetrachloride produced with percentage 42.5%, how do we start? How much silicon do we need to start? Okay, so we need to know the mole of the silicon chloride produced, and then we need to know the theoretical value, since we are given the percentage by percentage yield of silicon tetrachloride is 42.5%. We have the actual mass 400 gram, then we can determine the theoretical yield. After we can determine the theoretical yield, this mass, we can find this mole, theoretical mole of silicon tetrachloride. So we can determine the mole of silicon that we need to start. Okay, so that is the planning. Right, so we need to break this percentage yield is equal to the actual yield times theoretical yield times 100%. Our percentage yield is 42.5%. It's equal to the actual 400 gram and times 100%, and the mass of unknown we don't know. So mass of theory for SiCl4 is 941.176 gram. Okay, so the mass that we should get is 941.176 gram, but we obtain only 400 gram. Okay, this is the actual, this one is the theoretical value. So expected is to produce is 941, so we can find the mole. So from the mole of product form, it will determine the mole of this silicon. So we have the mass of silicon, the mass of silicon tetrachloride theory. We can find the mole. Okay, now let's find the mole of SiCl4 is 941.176 gram divided by the molar mass 170.1 gram per mole. It's equal to 5.533 mole SiCl4. Okay, look at the equation. The amount of silicon tetrachloride is determined by the amount of silicon. Here we can make from the balance equation, 1 mole of silicon will produce, okay, you can start either from silicon tetrachloride to silicon or silicon to silicon tetrachloride is also can. Okay, like this. 1 mole silicon Cl4 is produced from 1 mole silicon, or 1 mole silicon will produce 1 mole silicon tetrachloride. Also can. Mana-mana pun boleh. Tak kisah. Okay. Because the same thing, kita nak cari benda yang sama. So, this silicon tetrachloride that we will form is 5.533 mole. That means it's come from 5.533 mole of silicon. Okay, so this how many silicon, how many gram of silicon in this 5.533 mole? So mass of silicon is 5.533 mole times 28.1 gram per mole. So per mole, and then you will get gram. The gram is 155.48 gram. Okay, maksudnya untuk memulakan dengan memulakan tindak balas, silikon yang digunakan adalah 155.48 gram. Ini bertindak balas dengan klorin akan menghasilkan silikon tetrachloride sebanyak 941.176 gram. Disebabkan percentage yieldnya adalah 400 gram, percentage yield dia adalah 42.5%. So dia akan menghasilkan 42.5%. Apa saya cakap ni? Macam itulah, terbalik lah. Malas nak cakap banyak. Okay, bye. Oh, ada lagi soalan seterusnya. Dia kata 15 mol klorin. I thought the question was already finished. Okay, 15 mol chlorine is used to determine the amount of unreacted. Okay, we have this one. Use. 15 mol of one is used, determine the amount. Okay, this is the amount of chlorine that we have, and then how much we use. Okay, and then kalau kita tahu berapa banyak have, kita kena cari berapa banyak yang kita guna, so that kita boleh tahu yang unreacted. Meaning that silicon react with chlorine producing SiCl4. This one is the limiting reactant. This one is the excess. How much chlorine excess? Okay. So we need to know how much is the silicon reacted. Mole of silicon reacted equal to, okay, kita dah kira tadi, silikon yang bertindak balas adalah 5.53. 5.533 mol. So 1 mole from the balance equation, 1 mole silicon will react with how many mole balance equation? 2 mole. Okay, 1 mole silicon react with 2 mole chlorine. 2 mole chlorine. But how many mole of silicon reacted? It's 533 mole silicon. That's mean the chlorine use is 5.533 times 2 divided by 1. It's equal to 11.066 mole of chlorine use. Okay, so the unreacted, macam mana nak dapat unreacted? We have 15 mole, but we only use 11. Okay, so unreacted is 15 mole minus yang kita guna 11.0066 mole. So unreacted mole adalah 3.93 mole. Okay, soalan tanya, determine the amount of mole of unreacted chlorine unreacted. Okay, that's all.